Who are the people in need? They are children or elderly, refugees, and people with health problems. They are people just released from prison or who have lost their jobs. They are victims of abuse or just down on their luck. We live in a time of abundance. The challenge is getting the things that people need into the hands of those who need them. In spite of Lincoln's prosperity, 20% of the children in Lincoln lack consistent access to adequate food.
Many people do not have enough food for the week or the day, and just helping them have food makes a significant difference in their lives, because that is a basic need, and we get that from the food bank, and it's 2.2 cents a pound. So that's a way we can do it very cheaply. We have the resources because we have a warehouse that we can store the food in, and we have the pallet jacks and all the things we need so that we can feed a lot of people.
Each week, more than 1,000 families get food from the Center for People in Need, and they are able to do that because of the strong partnerships formed with other service providers in the community.
We spend a lot of time thinking about how we can get more food to more people. The Center for People in Need has made that possible. When you have a partner that has that quality of unconditional compassion, that opens up some possibilities that otherwise would remain closed.
Once established with the center, people can connect to the community to meet a variety of other needs as well.
Most people have multi-needs. If you're low income, generally, it's not just one need like food, it's generally other issues are going on within the family. So we use all the resources in town. We refer people to a lot of places. We have a resource book that lists all the different resources, like where you get food, where do you get medical help, if you're being abused, where do you go?
The resource book compiled by the center is even available as an app, providing another way for people to connect. Meeting needs is about more than access to things. It's about creating those increasingly important connections to resources, education, opportunities, and jobs.
The work that the center has done on providing broadband access to low-income families and especially children, that's integral to people fitting in and being a part of our community.
The vast space at the Center for People in Need accommodates a truckloads program. Truckloads of surplus material are brought to the center for distribution. Essential items like diapers and hygiene products go quickly. There is so much stuff moved about and stored in the warehouse that it is used to provide training opportunities in the forklift operator license training program. At Christmas time, families can choose toys and volunteers get to play Santa.
Every year it seems like it just becomes more with people, more volunteers, and more items. I'm a strong believer in how we can help other individuals. We need to help them, not just provide items to them, but help them acclimate to our community, help educate them, train them to become more productive citizens of our country and of our community here.
Distributing surplus goods and contributions of food and supplies in order to meet basic needs is a core service at the Center for People in Need.
If you have not filled out the survey, you will go to the back of the room and fill out the survey on the iPads. There are volunteers and staff.
People we see, we've surveyed, they really don't have any support type system to help them survive these crises. 22% of our families live on less than $500 a month. 12% of the families we saw last year at Christmas time had been homeless within the last 12 months.
The food and materials are there to be shared for hundreds of families, week in and week out, lending a helping hand until they can stand squarely on their feet.
We've been very fortunate to have great support. So between individuals, corporations, foundations who see the basic needs of people that are often the working poor. These are people that are working at low-wage jobs, having difficulty feeding their families, paying their medical bills in some cases, and trying to get a better job.
Once people establish a level of security by having their basic needs met, they are ready to work on ways to provide for their future needs. For children, the elderly, and disabled, it may mean getting connected to services and resources that will help sustain them. But for most adults, that means getting and keeping a good job.
So the reference is the people you know, and your new employer can call them.
For some people, the barriers to a good-paying job are huge. Refugees from war-torn countries have to learn a new language and a new culture.
They need help. They need somebody to guide them, to teach them, to tell them what to do and not to do. It's, in fact, a new life to them. It's very different, totally different from their life in their own countries.
Building capacity through the development of social and vocational skills also helps people coming out of incarceration to overcome the stigma of their past as they re-enter society.
I feel like I'm down bottom of the barrel, but they don't make you feel like that. They make you feel like you are right here with me. Everybody goes through hardship and troubles. We're going to bring you up. But when I got into welding, I was like, you know what? This is me. I like this. And the more I learn, the more tools I learn about, it's like the happier I get. Like, I know that I can do this.
We have our POP program where we can send people to Southeast Community College tuition free. So that's a great program because that will get them out of poverty.
POP stands for People Obtaining Prosperity. The POP program helps single parents who want to pursue educational opportunities at Southeast Community College by providing support services and tuition assistance for up to 45 credit hours.
The POP program definitely changed my life and the future for my children that now I'm able to provide for them. I wouldn't have been able to do it without them. I know that for a fact.
Staff at the Center for People in Need help with resources like food and diapers, and connect people with support services like healthcare, transportation, and housing, so all the pieces are in place to get through the requirements of an associate's degree or certificate that will help them get a job.
Some people aren't able to be able to do the things I was able to do, like still get a degree, and stuff like that. If you have children with special needs and don't have help, I feel good because I know that they know I can do it. It doesn't matter what you go through, it's whatever you put your mind to, and you can make a brighter future for yourself and your children.
Many of the people who come through the Center for People in Need already have valuable skills and experience. Many speak more than one language. The Center for People in Need provides education, training, support, and builds confidence, so people have the capacity to seize an opportunity when it arises.
It's my happiness, in fact, when I see some of my students, they are now successful in their lives.
These are things that are issues that deal with economic development. I would say that taking care of those people in our community and making sure that they are educated, making sure that they do have the potential to have a good job and be able to support their families helps our economy, helps our state thrive, and we are all better for it.
People who spend time at the Center for People in Need cannot help but be reminded how vulnerable we all are.
Any one of us could be in poverty, and that I think people forget about. It depends on your luck, frankly, and what happens.
To get out of that cycle of poverty, one has to be able to see the way out.
If you don't have hope, you're not going to move, you're going to be immobilized. Hope means you can look for options. Hope means that you feel that if you did what you need to do, you would be out of poverty.
Getting people out of poverty takes a commitment to the belief in people and their potential.
Beatty hates to see anything go to waste, and the thing she hates to see wasted most is human potential. And that's really what the center is about.
Seeing the potential in others and helping them to realize it is a key part of the job at the Center for People in Need.
But this placement has made a difference to show me that I am somebody. They treat you as their peer no matter what walk of life you come from. You're the same as them. And that they're going to give to me and build me up to be self-sufficient, financially secure, and just give me a sense of self-esteem. But then they also say, now that you're out there and now that you're doing it, just try to give back a little bit. And they welcome you to come and volunteer.
Volunteers are essential to making things work at the Center for People in Need. So are the dedicated staff and the support of the community.
And we could not survive without the community help because they help us with dollars, they help us with volunteers. We're dependent on the community completely.
We have low overhead. We've been beneficiaries of having this building gifted, and consequently, we're able to put about every dime into providing service. And our outcomes, what happens with the money that they give, it's very visible. You can come here every day and see what's happening.
There's a lot happening at the Center for People in Need. To create hope, the work of the center goes beyond its campus and out into the community in partnership with other service providers.
We started our mobile pantry partnership with the Center for People in Need. We didn't have the distribution capacity to move all the food we were starting to gather. The Center for People in Need has given us that capacity through our mobile pantry partnership, the neighborhood food program, which has enabled us to see thousands of people that weren't previously being seen. If we didn't have the Center for People in Need for a partner, we would really have to scramble and do a lot more of this work ourselves, which would stretch our capacity tremendously.
Issues like food security are more complex than connecting people with supplies from the food bank. Researching needs, working with public institutions, and educating policymakers about the best strategies for bringing people out of poverty are all part of the job.
I think because of the work that they do and the poverty report, without that kind of effort, we wouldn't have as much information about what the needs are. It's the work of the center that has given me the purchase and the knowledge and the ability to go forward thoughtfully and carefully in a role that really does advocate for those who are poor or low income or most in need.
Our city, Lincoln, is a much kinder, better place because of Beatty and the activities of the Center for People in Need. And I think the answer to what is going to work in our country is going to be programs like the Center for People in Need that are community-based, staffed by locals, and the focus on building community and connection. I think it is an example of the change we need to see in the world.
Happy 15th anniversary!
Congratulations, Beatty. I can't believe it's 15 years. And we from Indian Country want to say that we love you and we admire what you do. And in our family and in my family at home, we call you Auntie B. And that's a real honorable, traditional way of embracing. You are a part of our Cfpin. So continued good success in all the great work that you do for all of us.
Of course, Beatty's one of my dearest friends in the whole world, but being able to watch and support her incredible work and your incredible work in our community has been just the greatest of blessings. Thank you.
Beatty is not only she's not only our executive director, but she is our sister, our mother, our friend. She's everything, in fact. We always, when we have a problem, we go right away to her and she finds a solution to any problem we have. She is very cooperative. In fact, we are nothing without Beatty. Yeah.
And thank you, Beatty, for the POP program. The #1 program at the center. We love it. Mwah!
I thank her, Beatty, very much for all this, because I do know that it started in a little program, out of her garage, and she's able to change people's lives. I'm just very thankful and grateful for her. And there needs to be more people out there like her.
How important is the work that the Center for People in Need does?
On a scale of 1 to 10, I would say it's a 15. She's been a wonderful, wonderful person. I've seen her mold human beings into something so productive just by being a positive role model.
Beatty is indomitable, and she has never shied away from an issue that has to do with people who are in need, and no matter what it is, who it is, She is the consummate advocate, and therefore the center is the consummate advocate for all people in need, and all means all.
Ultimately, the center was Beatty's dream come true. She's worked for the last 15 years with great dedication and love for the Center for the People in Need, its staff, and its clients. Beatty is a committed social activist, an idealist, and a rescuer.
Clearly, Beatty is a passionate leader, and her enthusiasm for helping others is infectious, and she brings out the best in us. You definitely get more than you give.
You know, she's hard to embarrass, but I'm happy to report that I've been in on some capers that absolutely embarrassed Beatty Brash, and we'll be detailing some of those this evening. The Food Bank of Lincoln board and staff wish the Center for People in Need the happiest of 15th anniversaries, and here's to 150 more. Let's see, in 150 years, Beatty will be about 235 years old, so that's going to be kind of difficult for her getting around that desk at the age of 235, but something tells me she'll manage that.